like to call this meeting of the Westland City Council to order, please. Tonight we will begin with the Pledge of Allegiance, led by two students from Hicks Elementary, Aiden and Evan Frauner. Stay right there. Councilman Londa will be right down to talk to you.
Thanks, guys. Can you guys hear me okay? There we go. I'm going to turn around and face the audience. Everyone say hello to Aiden and Evan. It looks like they're wearing their U of M shirts from the butt whipping on Saturday. Oh, no, those are Hicks Elementary shirts. I got to get it in when I can, you know. Michigan fan here. So which one are you? Aiden. Little guy. All right, Aiden. So Aiden started his first year at Wayne Westland's Hicks Elementary School this year. And he's in Miss Brewster's kindergarten class. Aiden lives with his mom, his dad, and two older brothers and a younger sister. His favorite subject is phonics and writing, and his favorite special is art with Miss Peck. At recess, he likes to play with friends. Everybody loves recess, right? In his free time, he likes to play with his little sister and watch YouTube. Now, what'd you tell me in the hallway you like to watch on YouTube?
Why?
Say that one more time.
Why?
I watch that all the time. I love it. When asked what is your favorite thing about Hicks, he replied, Mrs. Brewster and my friends. Let's hear a big round of applause for Aiden. On behalf of the mayor and the city clerk and the city council, we got you a certificate to put in your room for saying the Pledge of Allegiance. So now I'm going to talk to your brother, okay? All right, next up is his brother Evan, who's also a Wayne Westland school. He goes to Hicks, and he's been there since kindergarten. He is in Mr. Furka's 5th grade class this year. Everybody knows Mr. Furka. Evan lives with his mom, his dad, his big brother, little sister, and his little brother who just did the pledge, who also attends Hicks. Evan's an excellent student and is a leader in the classroom. His favorite subject is math, and he enjoys reading action books. What are the action books you like to read?
Marvel Comics.
Marvel Comics, all right. Good choice. Right here. His favorite special is art, and he loves the projects that he has created with Miss Peck. On recess, see, this is where I'm confused. On recess, Evan likes to watch YouTube, listen to music, and play games. You do that on recess? You don't run around and play basketball or not with your friends?
I didn't say that.
He questioned me about 3 times in the hallway. I'm just reading what's on the paper. So, okay, well, what do you like to watch on YouTube then?
I don't know.
And you said you don't like to listen to music.
I listen to music sometimes.
All right, what kind of music do you like to listen to?
I don't know.
All right, I'll stop embarrassing you. He enjoys attending the dances and the carnival at Hicks as well. When asked what's your favorite thing about Hicks, he replied, the awesome staff and the fun things that we do. How about another big round of applause for the Evans brothers, or the Frauner brothers. Evan, we also have a certificate for you on behalf of the mayor, the city clerk, and the city council. I see some folks from Hicks here. Yeah. If you'd like to come on up and your parents like to come up and say a few words. You don't have to, but I'll do like Councilman Hart and make you. Michigan State?
No.
Okay.
I'm a Buckeye. Even better. Yeah, I'm a Buckeye. Hi, my name is Jana Babiak. I'm the assistant principal here at Hicks Elementary School. And Evan, actually, I was the PE teacher last year, and he was part of my basketball team. So this kid is one dedicated little guy, and we are so blessed to have him at Hicks. And I can't wait for his brother to get that old. Please stop by and see us anytime you'd like over at David Hicks Elementary School. And thanks for having us.
Hi. My kids make me so proud. I don't know 101 how to be a parent, but I know they make me proud. And in them, they shows me that we're doing a good job. And I'm so honored for them to even get this to do. We appreciate it. We really do.
Roll call, please.
Councilwoman Green. Present. Councilman Hammonds is absent, excused. Councilman Hart. Here. Councilman Hersberg. Here. Councilman Johnson. Here. Councilman Londo.
Here.
President Godbout.
Present.
A quorum is present.
We'll begin with announcements and presentations. I don't know who's taking the lead on it. Gretchen is? Okay. Where's the mic?
Here, I'm sorry.
Hi, everybody. My name is Gretchen Heineke, and I'm the president and CEO of the Westland Chamber of Commerce. Formerly, you might have seen Brooke Ellen Swope up here, but I'm the new face of the chamber. So we are up here today, along with Devin Adams, on behalf of the city of Westland, to present all of our amazing volunteers with their contribution checks. So we want to definitely thank all the volunteers for helping during Blues, Brews, and Barbecues. We want to thank all of our sponsors, food vendors, fire department, police department, all of our rangers, the city of Westland departments, and also the city of Westland administration. Also, a big thank you to Mayor Wild, your staff, city council, Councilman Godbout for overseeing all the volunteers, wrangling on them, things like that, because without the volunteers, we could not do it. We want to thank all of our volunteers. We had over 15 groups this year that volunteered for our Blues and Brews barbecues, this 2-day wonderful event with barbecue food, bands, and fireworks to cap it off. So right now we're going to present the checks. Devin, if you want to come up. Oh, Mayor, would you like to say a few words?
To the chair. Well, thank you both. Thank you, Gretchen. Thank you, Devin, for handling the ceremony here tonight. And thank you to the residents of Westland for supporting. This was our 9th annual Blues, Brews, and Barbecue this year, and we think it was our best one ever. And it's hard to believe it's been 9 years of putting on that event already, but it just gets better and better each year. It really has turned into Westland's signature event that we probably bring more people to the city of Westland on that one weekend than any other weekend during the year. So we're proud of the Blues, Brews, and Barbecue team. Gretchen, you've done a great job stepping in for Brooke Ellen, and we could not do this event without the chamber. And I know that this is an event, while it's a 2-day event, you work on it year-round, and Devin has done a great job of stepping in and representing the city of Westland on this as well. So it's great that this is an event that we're able to raise a lot of money and then turn around and put the money right back in the community, and that's what you're going to see here tonight for all the local organizations that spent time helping us man this event. We're going to turn around and share the proceeds of the event with everybody that participated tonight, and then we're going to also announce before we leave tonight the dates for our 10th annual Blues, Brews, and Barbecue. So we're going to have another great year next year. Back to you guys.
Thank you. So right now we're going to invite the different groups up. We do ask that you only bring up one representative per group to accept the check. And then after everybody has the check, we will take one large picture up here, and then everybody will go into one of the additional rooms and we can take group pictures by your organization. So Devin?
All right, for the first check, can we have a member of the Gateway Family Worship Center? And then next up, we have the Westland Youth Assistants. Paul Knotts. Okay, my fault. Obviously, the bigger checks have it written on them. I'll open them up. For the Westland Youth Assistance, $400. And next up, we have the WYAA, Westland Youth Athletic Association. Is there a representative available here? All right, we'll move on. Next one, we have Norway Boxing Club. All right. And for $200. Norway Boxing Club for $200. Thank you. And next up, we have Friends of the Library for $200. Thank you, Miriam. And I just wanted to note that the WYA's check was for $600. So now we'll move on to the big ones. First up, we have the Westland Democratic Club for $1,500. There you go. You got it. Next up, we have the Norway Community Citizens Council for $1,200. All right. We'll do the Westland Grange next. Is there a member from the Grange Club for $800? Next up, we have Inspire Theater. Right here. For $1,250. Thank you, Len. All right. Next up, we have the Westland Firefighters Public Awareness Committee, Chief, for $1,500. All right. Next up, we have the Westland Rotary Club for $13,500. I'm sorry, $1,300. I'm sorry. $1,350. My apologies. I added a zero on accident. Yeah, right. The next up, we have the Westland Lions Club. All right. Kenny Sharp for $1,750. Next up, we have the Westland Civitan Club. Is there a representative available? All right, we'll move on. And next up, we have the St. John's Church and that one's for $1,500. And then last but not least is the Westland Area JCs for $3,500. I will accept this check on behalf of Team Westland for $1,500. So thank you guys.
And a big round of applause again, because without our volunteers, there's no way that we would be able to have this event. And also, with everybody coming out, again, we want to thank you. So just, again, thank you, Mayor. Thank you, everybody from City of Westland. And we also want to let you know about next year, because 2020 is right around the corner. We've already started to plan a little bit, or at least I have. So August 7th and 8th of 2020, be sure to mark your calendars as that is the next Blues, Brews, and Barbecues. Again, thank you to all of our volunteers. We'll have some pictures, and then we will move out into the hallway.
Next up, Kiera. Yeah.
I'm just standing.
No, use the mic. Yeah.
So I am from Eastern Michigan University, and I had just went to my name's Kiera, by the way, Kiera Singleton, new resident of Westland, sorry. I just attended a informational about redistricting and the commission that they're building around that, full of citizens like yourselves. You really don't need much qualification for it. If you would like to become part of the commission to redistrict Michigan and make it better from the gerrymandering that took place, I have some flyers, and on the back of the flyers, it has a text code that you can text to kind of like put your information in, and super easy if you have a phone. If not, there's also a website you could visit for it with more information about what you'll be doing in the commission and what it entails. So if you would like one, you can raise your hand. I can bring them to you, or okay. Thanks.
State Representative Coleman.
Thank you, Council President. Thank you, City Council, Mayor. As I promised early in the year, I wanted to keep you all updated about the budget process in Lansing. Unfortunately, we had a budget deal worked out with the House of Representatives and the Governor's Office. That budget deal was killed about a week and a half ago by the Senate Majority Leader. So we'll be going back to the drawing table in December up in Lansing to make our state budget whole. We're going to keep at it no matter how long it takes, and hopefully get all those pieces of the budget added back to the budget so that we can continue to provide those state services that we all expect. I wanted to thank everybody, the council members and all the residents who participated in our coffee hours this year, along with Commissioner Glenn Anderson. They've been getting better and better attendance over at the Westland Library. And so just wanted to let you know that we are going to continue that into next year. It's going to be the second Monday of every month at 9 a.m. So we won't have one for December, but going into January, I believe it's January 9th is the first one, second Monday of the month, 9 a.m. at the library. Of course, if you want to get a hold of my office, our phone number is 517-373-2576. Email Kevin Coleman at house.mi.gov. If you want to call me personally, my cell phone is 734-751-6321. Have a great rest of your night. Thank you.
Thanks. We'll move on to citizens' comments or requests on the agenda. Citizens will be recognized before the business of the meeting commences to address the council pertaining to items that are specifically on the business agenda. Citizens are asked to limit their questions or input to 3 minutes. Is there anyone on my left? Anyone on my right? Yes.
Richard Graham from Westland, and also with Move Westland Forward. Under new business item 1, minutes from the November 4th council meeting, specifically page 48 from the minutes in the council packet. Last council meeting, I spoke about the agenda, and specifically Mr. Hornbuckle, who is part of the city of Westland, meaning he is on the Parks and Rec Advisory Council. I am very confused by the verbal attacks of Deputy Mayor Reddy and Council President Godbout about a citizen taxpayer, myself. I simply stated that Mr. Hornbuckle was on Mayor Wild's appointed library board when 5 professional women were fired. What I did not state is Mr. Hornbuckle was also the treasurer of the board, as reported in the media. What did I state that was not fact? Why are you both so afraid about the facts? Thank you.
Is there anyone on my left? Anyone on my right? We'll close citizens' comment and move on to the consent calendar. Is there a motion? Motion by Councilman Landau, supported by Councilman Hersberg. Is there any discussion from the council? Any discussion? Councilwoman Green?
Yes, I have a question on item C, the approval of 120 new ice skates for $10,812 for the Mike Madonna Ice Arena. The council packet that we have states that there's a budget appropriation needed of $10,812. However, it also, there's a sentence in here that states that the city will be utilizing Red Wing alumni game proceeds to fund this acquisition, but it's also asking for a budget appropriation of $10,812. So can you please explain that? And through the chair to Steve Smith.
Through the chair, yes. That currently is not in the budget as an expenditure, so it needs to be put in there as part of the budget amendment request that would come into council in the next meeting or so. So the money's coming from the alumni game, so there's money to fund it. It just has to be appropriated for the proper expense.
Through the chair to Steve Smith, so are we confident that we will take in at least $10,812 from the game to cover this appropriation that you're requesting?
Through the chair, so the Red Wing alumni game's been going on for years, so there is money in the account to pay for that going forward, so it's already there.
Okay, is there any reason why we just didn't take the money from the account as opposed to asking for a budget appropriation?
Through the chair, it was not part of the original budget, so this appropriation would put it in the budget, so it's necessary to have the funds available. So the money's already available from the games, it's just appropriating it to the line item for the ice skates, so.
Okay, thank you.
Is there any further discussion from the council? Any further discussion? Any dissent? Any dissent? Hearing no dissent, motion carries unanimously.
Council has approved the following consent calendar items. Approval of a request from Don Nicholson Enterprises, LLC, to organize and promote the 8th Annual All-American Wayne Road Cruise on June 20, 2020. Approval of bid for professional demolition services for the Department of Community Development. Administration recommended the low bidder, McMillan Group, with a total cost not to exceed $52,450. Approval of purchase of 120 new ice skates for the Mike Madonna Ice Arena. Administration recommended the proposal from Rydell Shoes Incorporated, total cost not to exceed $10,812. Approval of contract with Brain Media Technology for management of the Jefferson Barnes Learning Lab, amount $38,000. Approval of renewal of annual web hosting and maintenance subscription to the city's main website, total amount not to exceed $9,955. Approval of financial software subscription with Munitrix for comprehensive analysis for government planning and decision-making. The amount is $11,361, which includes setup and training fees for the first year only. Approval of subscription renewal with Sendio for email spam filtering and continuity services. Amount not to exceed $9,634.78. Approval of transfer of hazards and board ups to the property taxes for the winter 2019 tax bill. Approval of deadline extension for 2019 winter tax payments until Monday, March 2, 2020. Adoption of prepared resolution for street certification of Marigold Circle. And the final item approved on the consent calendar, adoption of prepared resolution to establish appointment terms for the Economic Development Corporation. Moving to new business, item 1, approval of minutes of regular meeting held November 4, 2019.
Motion by Councilman Hersberg. Is there support? Support by Councilman Johnson. Is there any discussion? Any discussion? Any dissent? Any dissent? Hearing no dissent, motion carries unanimously.
New business, item 2, approval of minutes of study session held November 4, 2019.
Motion by Councilman Hersberg. Is there support? Support by Councilman Landau. Is there any discussion? Any discussion?
I have to abstain. I wasn't there.
Okay, I'm sorry. Roll call.
Didn't know that. Councilwoman Green.
Yes.
Councilman Hammonds is absent, excused. Councilman Hart. Yes. Councilman Hersberg. Yes. Councilman Johnson.
Abstain due to absence.
Councilman Londo.
Yes.
President Godbout.
Yes.
Motion passes. New business, item 3, approval of minutes of closed study session held November 4, 2019.
Motion by Councilman Landau, supported by Councilman Hersberg. Roll call, please.
Councilwoman Green.
Yes.
Councilman Hammonds is absent, excused. Councilman Hart.
Yes.
Councilman Hersberg.
Yes.
Councilman Johnson.
Abstain due to absence.
Councilman Londo.
Yes.
President Godbout.
Yes.
New business, item 4, approval of voucher.
Motion by Councilman Hersberg, supported by Councilman Hart. Is there any discussion? Any discussion? Any dissent? Any dissent? Hearing no dissent, motion carries unanimously. We'll move on to citizens' comments or requests. Citizens will be recognized at the end of the meeting immediately following the agenda item approval of vouchers. Citizens are asked to limit their comments to 3 minutes. All citizens wishing to speak will be heard. Is there anyone on my left? Anyone on my right? Yes, ma'am.
Good evening. I've been living in Westland for 32 years, and I come here to request my sidewalk to be fixed because during the winter, the ice stays there and it's very dangerous for the kids when they walk from the school.
Okay. We'll need to, the mayor can.
Through the chair, thank you for coming tonight, ma'am. Can you clarify, is this in front of your house?
Yes,
Can you give us your address, please?
31,000 Parkwood.
31,000 Parkwood?
Yes, sir.
Okay, then maybe before you leave, you can give me your name and your phone number, and we'll have somebody take a look at it for you.
Thank you very much.
Okay, my pleasure.
Anyone on my left? Anyone on my right? Ray?
Hello, everyone. Just want to talk about something positively, you know. I wanted to say I did step in tonight seeing the Westland 2 police officers. One of them they hired and the other one sergeant. I want to say congratulations to them. I will always support them because they save a lot of lives out there on the road and also put their lives out there. And also, I wanted to bring up that my friend is not a guest. I'm not a guest, and none of these people are a guest. We're all residents in here and to treat it with respect. And I want to say, President, thank you for what you said last time because the rules are rules. Rules work both ways. I want to say that. Because respect is, to me, goes everywhere. Doesn't matter if I'm in here or out there or in the restaurant. Because sometimes, you know, people do discriminate. Not this one person, but I've been discriminated before. But you know what? I keep going out there, and civil rights is for all of us. Anyone can file a civil rights report. Anyway, I want to continue on with the Toys or Tots. I'm really looking forward to it with the police department on November 29th. I'm going to help them this year like I did last year. I'm loading up toys in the truck when kids without Christmas, and I think that's great. So at Target there in Westland. I also wanted to mention DWIHN is a brand new name network for the DWMHA. That means Detroit Authority has changed their name now. In case someone's in crisis, the number is 1-800-241-4949. There's always someone to talk to. Don't be ashamed of it, and everyone needs help. And so one day you might have somebody in your family, and that's what they're out there for, even exactly for the holidays. I want to say one more thing. Let's have respect, and let's be kind to one another everywhere we go, because you don't know what's going to bring us tomorrow. I want to say happy Thanksgiving. Thank you.
Anyone on my left? Anyone on my right? we'll close citizens' comments and move on to comments from the administration. Mayor?
Thank you, City Council President. Thank you, City Council. A couple things. Thanks, everybody, for being patient as we passed out the checks for Blues, Brews, and Barbecue. That's one of our favorite nights of the year to take all that money and put it right back into the community so these community organizations can do great things in the upcoming year. Also, Council, thank you for approving the purchase of the new ice skates for the Mike Modano Ice Arena. Believe it or not, we haven't bought new ice skates for the arena in a long time. So this is actually about half of what it takes to outfit the arena with skates. So we're going to try to raise more money next year to finish purchasing these skates. So the next game, our next Red Wings alumni charity hockey game will be on March 20th, and we'll have tickets available after the first of the year. Council, just a couple quick things. This Friday, December 22nd is the last day for veterans or active duty families to register for our free holiday meal. We have nearly 200 registrants to date, which is the most that we've ever had. So you can still call my office if you'd like to participate. This is a free dinner in a box for veterans or active family members. For those that are already registered, we'll be meeting at the Wayne Ford Civic League Saturday from 10 a.m. to 1 p.m. where you can come and pick up your turkeys. And I got to give a shout out to Myra, the Midwest Independent Retailers Association, for their donation of turkeys for us this year. Also, the Westland Police Department is going to be hosting a Coffee with the Cops on Tuesday, November 26th at Big B Coffee on Ford Road. This meeting's open to all residents and business owners to come discuss any public safety concerns in an informal, open conversation. Remind everybody that city offices are going to be closed on Thursday, November 28th and Friday, November 29th in observance of Thanksgiving. And of course, we wish everybody and their family a safe and happy Thanksgiving. Don't forget that Saturday, November 30th is Small Business Saturday, so please try to shop local, shop small, spend your money in town here. On the City of Westland's website, under our Shop and Dine header, we actually have a list of all Westland businesses. So Saturday, November 30th is a great way to spend your money locally. And then the last thing is with the holiday season quickly approaching, the city has a lot of events. You can go on the City of Westland's website on the front page for dates and times and places of all the great fun stuff. The majority of it is free. The Deck the City Hall event will be right here at City Hall on Monday, November 9th at 5:30. We'll be lighting up City Hall and welcoming Santa and Mrs. Claus back to town. There'll be lots of stuff for the kids to do, arts and crafts, cookies and cocoa, and much more. And also the holiday tree lighting ceremony, which is also turning into a tradition in our town, will be at the Jefferson Barnes Community Vitality Center on December 5th at 6 p.m. And then just one last thing is I want to thank all of our Westland Department of Public Service crews and our police and firefighters for getting through while we knew it was coming. I don't think anybody expected as much snow as we got over Veterans Day weekend. So they did a great job. It was a little tough because Veterans Day was on, the snow came on Monday and we had about 8 or 9 inches and the city was closed, and it was a holiday and a lot of people made, 3-day weekend plans, but we were able to scramble the crews and keep the roads passable on Veterans Day, and then they really hit it hard the next day, and we actually got through all the neighborhoods in 48 hours this time on our snow emergency. So they did a great job. They're ready for more. We still have plenty of salt. We were a little nervous about if we dip into the salt and do 200 miles of neighborhood streets. If we do that in October, we have to try to ration that as much because who knows what winter's going to look like this year. But they did a great job, and we learned a lot from this first snowfall because we have a lot of new people working in the DPS. So As you saw tonight, we hired a couple new police officers over the last year. We don't have a ceremony for them, but we've actually hired quite a few new Department of Public Service employees. So they kind of got their first taste at Old Man Winter. So they did a really good job. And Ramsey's not here tonight, otherwise I'd let him know. But if you get a chance, council, maybe you can let him know as well. Thank you.
Anything from the city attorney's office this evening?
Nothing this evening.
I will go to our city clerk, who had some comments.
Yes, thank you, Mr. President. I just want to offer a thank you to everybody affiliated with the election process. I'd like to thank the Deputy Clerk, Sue Hoff, our 3 staff members that work on a daily basis in our office, Donna DeWinder, Lori O'Callahan, and Letitia Jackson, who, by the way, all 3 of those individuals are Westland residents. I'd like to thank the candidates for their work. The host locations, excuse me, we have the benefit of using school buildings and other private buildings. And so we're fortunate that we're allowed to use those spaces to assist our 61,000 voters and, of course, the resident voters who came out to vote. I also just want to offer a brief comment that our next election is March 10th, 2020. It's right around the corner. We're actually already working on it. In fact, the mayor stumbled upon a meeting of the deputy clerk and I when we were beginning to order some items for that particular election. We need more election workers. It takes about 300 people to make it work. And so if you're interested in becoming a Westland election official, go to cityofwestland.com, find the city clerk page, and on there you'll see an application, and we hope that you'll consider us. Thank you very much.
Thanks. Begin council comments with Councilwoman Green.
Thank you. I would like to start tonight by informing the community, those of you who do not, senior citizens, first and foremost, who do not have Thanksgiving plans, maybe no family nearby or not planning to do a lot of cooking, Ashford Court Retirement Community here in the city of Westland is opening their door and inviting all senior citizens who don't have family or plans for Thanksgiving. They will be serving a Thanksgiving meal free of charge. If you would like to partake in that, and it will be on Thanksgiving Day. If you would like to partake, the only thing that you would need to do is give them a call at 734-666-0304. And their street address is 37501 Joy Road. Again, that is Ashford Court Retirement Community. Also would like to inform the community in regards to the town hall that I have scheduled with our State Attorney General Dana Nessel. She is very much looking forward to her first speaking trip to the city of Westland. However, as many of you may be aware, there is a big opioid lawsuit going forward with a lot of municipalities. It's actually even outside of the state of Michigan that she is now involved in. So the town hall that we have planned for in a couple weeks, Tuesday, December the 3rd, will occur after the first of the year. She did send her apologies, and she will be coming after the first of the year. So I will announce that date and make sure that there's plenty of time to notify the community, both here at social media, or excuse me, at City Hall, and I will also announce it on social media. I wanted to also congratulate the officer. We had a ceremony just prior to tonight's city council meeting. We had one new officer join the City of Westland Police Department. Also, another officer promoted to sergeant, and a final sergeant who's done many years of great work here in the city of Westland retired tonight, I believe, after 22 years. So I wanted to congratulate each of those gentlemen and thank them for their service. And for the new officer, we look forward to working with you here in the city of Westland. Also would like to congratulate those who were newly elected to Westland City Council. We will have 2 new members joining us in January, so I'd like to congratulate you both and say I look forward to working with you. Wanted to also inform the community of veterans and also their family members. Our Wayne County Treasurer, Eric Sabri, is holding his 3rd annual Veteran Resources Fair That is going to be on Thursday, November the 21st, so just in a couple days. It's going to be from 10 a.m. to 2 p.m. in the city of Dearborn Heights, and it will take place at the Bellagio Banquet and Conference Room, again in Dearborn Heights, on Thursday, November 21st. Every branch of armed forces are invited, as well as their family members. There will be a free lunch, as well as resources on veterans benefits, utility assistance for veterans, health care, employment, housing, and a lot more. So once again, that's Thursday, November 21st from 10 a.m. to 2 p.m. Finally, there was a comment in reference to personal attacks. I just wanted to clarify from my vantage point, if a citizen or anyone, there was a comment by our council president at the last council meeting that citizens are being personally attacked. And I just wanted to clarify that there are some people who come to our city council meetings on a regular basis, and some of them provide information that is not accurate with an intent to falsely or mislead the community. And so providing facts in a manner that is not derogatory or expressly and intentionally done to smear someone's reputation, if you clarify facts so that the hundreds of thousands of residents who do watch our city council meetings, if you provide accurate information to them so that they are not falsely misled by those who are encouraged to come to our city council meetings regularly and provide false information, that is not a personal attack. And also, again, some of the information that has been provided is intentionally false. So I think there needs to be a discussion in terms of a personal attack. If you are informing the resident that certain people have provided on the record and documented and authored false information, slanderous, liable statements against people here in the city and also outside of the city, if you are advising the community so that they are not tricked into believing that, that is not a personal attack. I think each of us, every adult and every sane person can read between the lines and determine when something is done maliciously or when it's actually something that people need to be aware of. So I would just encourage the community to do your own research. Just because someone would categorize something as a personal attack does not mean that it actually is. It could just be providing true information. And some of the things that occur at our council meeting, I cannot express enough, are done for political reasons. Some of these people come in here and say things that are totally untrue and unprofessional on behalf of their friends who know better than to say those type of things. So we do have people who try to mislead the community. And I just thank the residents or organizations or whomever who are brave enough to come in here and speak truth to power, and that includes all of us. There is no sin or crime in telling the truth. What is sinful and actually in some instances is a crime is slandering people's reputation, deliberately authoring things that are not true, and doing so for political reasons. So again, please don't be misled about a message. Do your own research. Research all of us. And I thank you for your time, and I look forward to seeing you again next month. Thank you.
Councilman Hart.
Thank you, Council President. The mayor touched on it. Just remind everybody, it's a big deal. We always like doing it. It's the Veterans Meal Program. Just like the mayor said, you have until Friday at noon. You can register one of two ways. You can either go to cityofwestland.com/vetmeals, or if you're not internet savvy or it's just a big pain in the tail to do it on your phone, you can call the mayor's office at 734-467-3200. And so let your veteran friends know. I'll be happy to see them on Saturday as I'm carrying turkeys out, and a bunch of us will be doing it, so it's a labor of love. So can't wait to see you. The 29th of November, Chief, is that right? Stuff a SWAT truck? It is. The 29th of November, stuff a SWAT truck. Much like Toys for Tots, our local police officers run a really good program. They're doing it at, I believe, the Target again this year. So you can show up, buy a unwrapped toy, bring it, and they'll stuff it in the truck, and it goes out to a number of needy children in the area, and it's a great program. Yeah, you guys do it Black Friday. Sorry, Black Friday, yep. So come on out and support them while you're doing all your other local shopping here in the city. As was mentioned, we do have some new officers. A lot of things that happened today. First and foremost, retired Sergeant Steve Viduri, 22 years on the Westland Police Force, retired. And it was an amazing thing to see, so he's off to do some other fantastic things. But again, we thank him for all his years of service, Chief, so tell him again on our behalf, please. We also got to see one of our officers promoted. Officer Reardon was promoted to the rank of sergeant. And then we did have two new officers that were brought in today, Officers Lopez and Officer Guerra. And I believe Officer Lopez was a PSA, is that correct? So it's another success story of where, you know, these young people are coming in and serving with the PSAs and then becoming a police officer. So that's fantastic. The only other thing I'll say is Thanksgiving is coming. Happy Thanksgiving. It's my favorite holiday of the year. I get to eat food, watch football, spend time with my family, and generally be thankful for everything that we have and all of our blessings. So I'm very blessed to have all of you. I'm very blessed to live here, so thank you. Enjoy your holiday.
Councilman Johnson.
I'd just like to take an opportunity to congratulate Richard, Mike, and Jim on your reelection efforts. And again, I didn't miss standing out in the cold at all. To the other Mike and Andrea, haven't had a chance to talk to you guys since the election. We talked prior to. If I can be of any assistance in helping you guys with your transition, you both have my phone numbers. Give me a call. I'll help in any way I can. And other than that, just want to wish everybody a happy Thanksgiving. And Jim, I can out-eat you. We ought to have a practice. Thanks.
Councilman Londa.
Thanks, President Godbout. I'll start off tonight by thanking all of our wonderful volunteer groups and organizations that volunteer each and every year at the Westland Blues Brews and Barbecue. We can't do that event without you guys. It's an incredible event. It's a lot of work that goes into it. I was also volunteer coordinator last year with President Godbout. It's a lot of work to get everybody together and keep everybody on the same page. Again, can't say enough for all you guys do. I did a little tally here, did some quick math. It was around $20,000 that went back into the community. So thank you so much to all of them for coming out and helping us, and thank you to the city administration for continuing to give back to these local organizations. I'd also like to congratulate my colleague, Council President Godbout and Richard LeBlanc on the re-election. And I want to welcome and congratulate Councilwoman-elect Andrew Rutkowski, who's in the audience, and also Councilman-elect Mike McDermott for their hard-earned victories as well. Look forward to sitting down with both of you, and look forward to working with you in the first of the year. And I'd also like to welcome Ian Guevara and Travis, I hope I say it right, Lopez, as our new Westland police officers who were sworn in tonight. And congratulations to Officer Joseph Reardon, who was promoted to the rank of sergeant. For those who don't know, Joe was part of our honor guard and also was our former school resource officer at John Glenn. He comes highly regarded and is going to do a great job. And sad day for me, one of my favorite police officers retired, Sergeant Stephen Vidari. So I want to thank him for his service. Another guy with a long list of accomplishments. We're really going to miss him. Mayor and Jim Hart, Councilman Hart took a few of the things I was going to say, so I had to scramble here real quick, but I'll let you guys know about the Westland Goodfellows No Child Without a Christmas. That's getting ready to be near their deadline, and they're still looking for items to donate. You can donate non-perishable food items like canned goods, pastas and rice, cereal, peanut butter, etc., or you can donate for their toy drive, new toys, games, hats, scarves, and gloves. And I do want to remind you, not just young kids' toys and gloves. I helped out the last few years with the distribution, and we have all the tables set up for various age groups, and people forget about the teenagers. The teenagers still need the same amount of items, so don't forget about the teenagers as well. Donation boxes will be at the chamber office, City Hall, I believe at the police station lobby, Jefferson Barnes Community Vitality Center until December 5th. And I'll also be out for Stuff a SWAT truck on Black Friday over at Target on Warren Road, so make sure to stop by and donate some new toys. Where are we at here? The last couple of things, I want to thank also, piggyback off the mayor, thank the DPS crews for their hard work for the first major snowstorm that we had. Who would have thought we would have had it early November, but we had it. It's Michigan, so thank you to all the brave men and women of the DPS and our police and fire that braved the cold weather and worked, and also with all the water main breaks that come with it. People don't always hear about those, and those guys are out there working hard in the cold. And the last two things, the mayor passed me a note, and I had it on my list, but happy birthday to President Godbout, whose birthday is today. It's his 21st birthday, folks. Yeah. So celebrate big.
Thank you.
And also happy Thanksgiving, everyone. Everyone have a blessed holiday. Thank you.
Councilman Hersberg.
Thank you. Yeah, Councilman Mondo just mentioned the No Child Without a Christmas event that's going on. I think it's a national event. The stuff the SWAT truck that the police department does, that goes to benefit the No Child Without a Christmas event. And so that, again, that's Black Friday. It's from noon until 4 p.m. So if you go out shopping, you see them, you'll see the SWAT truck out there. Go ahead and make a donation. It goes to families locally. So I don't think there'll be any shoplifting at Target that day. But I also want to congratulate the 2 new hires. I had a chance to meet with them briefly just before the meeting, and I want to congratulate Sergeant Reardon on his promotion, who was just promoted before the meeting today at the ceremony. A couple quick announcements. Last day for leaf pickup is the week of December 13th, so the last day is December 13th for the leaf bags. I want to make a quick congratulations to Andrea Rutkowski and Michael McDermott on your election. Look forward to working with both of you. And then just as a side note, the residents came up and said they had a sidewalk issue in front of their house. Just if anybody's watching at home and you have an issue like that, please let us know. You can call us, email us, go on the city website. We want to get those types of things taken care of as soon as possible. And I'll just close by saying happy birthday to President Godbout.
Thanks. I'd like to start this evening by thanking Aiden and Evan Frauner, the 2 students from Hicks Elementary, for leading us in the Pledge of Allegiance this evening. I too would like to thank all the groups and volunteers for their help and participation in making the Blues Brews and Barbecue a successful event. We can't do it without all the volunteers. They give up 2 days solid to work the event and make it the success that it truly is. I'd like to congratulate Councilwoman-elect Andrea Rutkowski and Councilman-elect Mike McDermott on successfully navigating the election process. And congratulations to my colleague on his reelection, Councilman Landau. A couple weeks ago, the city passed its marijuana ordinance, and as such, part of the ordinance has the administration is to come up with the selection criteria for how they will evaluate the applications once they come in. Administration's asked for some input from the council, so I've asked Councilman Hersberg, Councilman Hart, and Councilman Landau to get together and provide their input. And I'd also like to invite Councilwoman-elect Andrea Rutkowski and Councilman-elect Mike McDermott to sit down as part of that group, because once we start doing the issuing of licenses, you'll be involved in that process as well. And it does not violate the Open Meetings Act, since they are not actively council members at this point in time. So just for clarification, so there's no confusion on that point. So I'd like to try and get that done within the next couple weeks, or by the first of December, so that we can get the timeline for when applications would be accepted, so that we can let the industry know when that next phase will be, when they can actually submit applications, and what the criteria that those applications will be looked at. So with that, is there a motion to adjourn?